Excellent. Welcome back, guys. This is day 11 of the Getting Started with Unreal Engine 5. Today, we'll be talking about MetaHuman and a bit of character animation. Yeah. Okay. So MetaHumans was released when it came out on Unreal Engine 5 a couple of years ago. And since that, they have been improving it as we go along. Yeah. So they're putting in a lot of new features in every version of the the Unreal Engine that comes up. And recently they came out with MetaHuman Animator, which is just about maybe a month or month and a half old. I'll be speaking about that as well. Okay, so the things that we're going to speak about today is going to be MetaHuman Creator. What is MetaHuman Creator? How do you create a MetaHuman? And then we'll jump into do a bit of character animation. I'll be talking about MH Control Rig or MetaHuman Control Rig, and IK Rig. What is IK rig and how do we match bones from one character to another character? Then we have retargeting. What is retargeting? You all want to know that, right? And then I'll be speaking very briefly about the MetaHuman Animator. MetaHuman Animator is a plugin, and you need to have, I think, the lowest spec of phone. If we talk about Apple, iPhone, you need to have iPhone 12. Yeah, that's the lowest. I do not have an iPhone 12. I have not been experimenting with it. I only have an iPhone 8, which still works for me. Maybe one of these I need to go and get a second-hand version so I can play with the MHA. It's amazing. I need to use it anyway, upcoming projects and whatnot, right? So we will try that out as well. Okay, so let's jump into talking about MetaHuman. What is it? How do we create a MetaHuman? Yeah. Okay, I'm going to jump straight into the engine. There's a website here about MetaHuman as well. You guys can have a look. I'll throw it into the chat. Feel free to ask questions. If I can answer, I will answer. I'm not a character animator. I don't do character animation, but I'm learning all the stuff that we can learn on character animation in Unreal Engine. Yeah, because I find it's to me, I find it more exciting compared to if you ask me to do it in Maya. I don't know. I find it so interesting to do it here. Because I've never liked character animation. For some reason, when I saw it in Unreal Engine, I start learning and I start liking it. So that could be something that you guys might, something you guys might want to look into. Maybe you don't like character animation, but it's interesting in Unreal Engine. And there's so many moving parts in Unreal Engine. There's so many things to learn. I'm still learning at the same time. But if you open up the panel for the character animator, there's so many buttons, there's so many things there. Okay, so all this is a learning curve. Okay, let's talk about MHC or MetaHuman Character. I've created this. I'm using the same project file as usual for our lessons here. So what I've done is I've gone to Quixel Bridge. Okay, for you to bring in a MetaHuman like PR here, I do a right click. I can go to the displace normal Quixel Bridge. It's the same thing. Yeah? So Quixel Bridge, it's over here. Quixel Bridge. Quixel content and takes you to Bridge, and in Bridge you can go up to MetaHumans tab here on the top left corner, MetaHuman, and then here you get a bunch of presets. These are all presets here of all the ways of you can create a human being. Yeah. So you can choose to start from any one of this. Yeah, you can choose start from any. Maybe there's someone here very close to the character that you want to make. And then once you click on it, let's see if I like this character I've been working on recently, Vivian. Okay, and once you select on Vivian, you can see that start MHC. Start MHC means start MetaHuman Creator. Okay, so once I click on the button, this is the data when we download. Yeah, so start MHC will take you to a website. Be patient because sometimes this website can be a bit slow, guys. Yeah, I don't know. So they have certain peak hours that I'm not really sure. So let me just zoom in here. You can see it says that version 5.2, but if you choose other versions here, it's like 5.1 gives you a warning. They say if you are using anything below 5.2, there'll be some incompatibility, so you don't get the latest features. So basically, you will have to choose 5.2 to get the best features. Yeah, and then what you need to do is you need to click on launch MetaHuman Creator. Okay. And you wait for a couple of minutes, maybe import our models into MetaHuman and use them as template with other original contents. Your own models into MetaHuman. You mean bringing it onto this website, MetaHuman Creator?
Yes.
No, not at the moment. Yeah, this is still I don't know. I would say the word locked. So you can't bring your own yet, but you can bring down the you can download MetaHuman, you can take it to Maya and then bring it back into Unreal Engine. You can do that. There's a workflow for that. Yeah. But uploading straight into here, no, not yet. You want to do that? Why would you want to do that, Jinwei? May I know?
Because sometimes there will be a specific designs, right, from our side of our clients, so that instead of looking into the presets which might not have any features similar to what we need, we very just up something and then we can put it in as the default.
Okay.
Or maybe because right now all the presets, right, are quite realistic kind of features. What if we have some stylized designs? Would that also possible for us to work on with MetaHumans?
You can do it after downloading. Once you have downloaded from their website, because this is very locked. I can't do anything. This is the Unreal Engine, right? So what you can do is you can get your character done exactly. I mean, almost similar to what you want, and then you can download it, 20 gigabyte of space of file, and then you can modify that. But let me show you something here first. Maybe this one will work for you because there's a lot of features here that allows you to modify this feature, because it doesn't have to be like, I chose Vivian earlier, and it doesn't have to be like, it ends up like a Vivian. It could be ending up like something else totally, They have a lot of features here which allows you to really, really customize your MetaHuman. From eyes to nose to mouth to ears to beards to eyebrows, makeup, lipstick, you name it. The only limitation that I found in MHC now is actually the clothing. Yeah, the clothing it's limited, but of course there are plugins and other softwares that you can use to change the clothing as well. So I'm actually working on a project now, and I need my MetaHuman to have a certain kind of clothes. So I'm actually looking into that at the moment. So it'll pick up in a bit, yeah. So this all depends not on the internet, but depends on their servers here, guys. So you might need to be patient. The more patient you need is when you download your actual MetaHuman that you have created into your engine, which might take about 20 to 30 minutes. All depends on the timing. The last time I did, it took me 20 minutes just to download the MetaHuman. I guess because there's billions of people accessing it at the same time. So this one you got to be patient, but before that we can jump back and talk about something else. Okay. There is also things like this, yeah. So maybe some of you know, there's also something like a third-party website. I always remember this word actor core for some reason, but it's a Reallusion. If you have come across Reallusion, I find that Reallusion human beings are much, much more, what do you call that, realistic to me at least, yeah. So if you go to, I think reallusion.com, be already there maybe. So I've known some people who use Actor Core. They have a lot of features here, which is kind of nice. So if you go to Actor, because they're human beings, Reallusion. Because they focus on this. This is their main thing, right? So I think they're really focusing on this. So yeah, there you go, character creator, right? Their character creator is amazing. If you look at their human beings, I mean, MH is coming behind very closely. So their character system, I find that it's one notch higher than MetaHuman, I guess. Look at the face, the skins, and all that, right? So, but this is of course not free. You have to pay for it. But it's not that expensive. You can afford it, but they also come with some other stuff like they have the creator, which is a new version now. They also have some other software such as, go back one step maybe. Okay, they have 2D animation clouds, motion capture, character creator, iClone. iClone is something that you use to create the animation itself. Yeah, the animation itself. So maybe Jinwei, we probably can look at something like this. As I mentioned, maybe this has more features that you can use to customize, because they also have stylized stuff like this. Yeah. So we also have a fallback. This is considered a fallback. If MH doesn't work for you, like MetaHuman doesn't work for you, you can always come back here and do something. Not only that, they also have a free software that allows you to rig your characters, which is free of charge. I think I have to go back here. So if you have a character that doesn't have bones, doesn't have skeletal, you can upload to their software, which is downloadable, and it's they also have a bunch of mocaps you can use. Remember that you can Accurate? Yeah, that's the one. Thank you. I've used this and it's okay. It's not bad. Yeah, it's not bad. Of course, Mixamo also has the same feature as well, and that's for free. But this is free download. Yeah? You can download and then you can just tell them which part is which. Like they tell you where's the shoulders, the neck, blah blah blah. This could be your character totally. You can upload, and then you can even change to different poses. Yeah, and then you can download the rig and also bring into Unreal Engine as a mesh, skeletal mesh, and then you can just animate. Not a problem. Yeah, it's kind of straightforward. And this is a good thing. And then of course, if you're working on a project and you want to find mocaps, if you don't have a mocap suit and you want to find mocaps, I find that the actor core mocaps are much meant for cinematics instead of games. Yeah, I was told that the Mixamo mocaps are meant for games. I'm not really sure how true how true that is, but they say the accurate, these are all meant for cinematics. So if you can't afford the packs here, yeah, talk and listen parkour, they have some nice ones here. They're not that expensive if you have a big project. And you can buy individual as well, like $2.25 for a running, And the one that I like is actually the in-betweens, that you are running and then you stop. That's very hard to get on Mixamo. That's the transition between running and stopping, and stopping and jogging, running and jogging, jogging and running. They have it here as well. So that's the most difficult part to do when you're combining. I'll show you later how to combine these animations together in sequencer in a bit. Yeah. Okay. Let's have a look at what's happening with our MetaHuman. Okay, we're finally here. This is Vivian, by the way. Yeah. And I also have Eve and Adam here. I'm actually working on a project, so I've got Eve and Adam here. So this is Vivian, right? And I've selected here. I can go back to, this is my MetaHuman, by the way. If I go to this website, these characters are mine. I've modified them, blah blah blah. Yeah. If I click on this one, documents, I can click on Adam as well. Might take a minute as well just to load up. Yeah, there you go. Adam load up. Yeah. So I can actually move him around. I'm using my right mouse button to move him around, and then I can also zoom out, zoom in. Yeah. I can, let's go to Eve. She's more like an eye candy, right? And then I want to modify, because I chose her in the bridge, right? And she came in like that. Okay. And now if I go to create, if I go to create, I'm actually creating some preview. I should have done create selected. My bad, 1 second. Let me go back to my MetaHumans and I select Eve. Then edit selected, yeah. I edit selected. And now I have a lot of options here. You got your keyboard shortcuts on the right hand side. And then down here, you got this face romp, I can make her happy. Yeah, I can make her sad. I can make her blah, blah, blah. And then I've got my emotional, she will just sit down like that. And then fashion. Of course, the clothing clothing doesn't fit the actual thing. I'll play with that in a bit. And then face from, all this stuff, yeah. But this 4 buttons here are about the same. And then we can put back her into idle. And on the top left, you start having your fun, okay? So you have your studio, you can change your lights. Say you want to put her in like an outdoor environment, maybe you want to put her in a rooftop environment for some of the Matrix kind of rooftop. Then they have the underpass night. This is just to check whether your character's hair and eyes and all that all suits your situation. And that's why we need to do that. Okay. And then we have auto here. You can, use your keyboard shortcut to focus onto the face and onto the body, onto the midsection, the torso, legs, and the feet. Yeah. Let's go back to auto. And then the resolution you can view. At the moment, I'm viewing at medium, and you go very high, but you don't need to have high because you just want to view here, right? Then you can set your LODs. Auto LODs will change it as you zoom out and zoom in. Okay, very detailed. One thing about MetaHumans, the eyes are so nice, they're so accurate. No, I think they probably have the best eyes in the industry. Talking about when you talk about MetaHuman, fake characters or virtual characters. Okay, I can change the LODC if you want to. You can just check if you bring it into Unreal Engine, how will LOD7 look like? Oh my God. Shouldn't do that to Vivian. So go back to okay, LOD. And then you have your toggle clay. This is for you to check your lighting condition, right? We have lighting and you can change the clay. Then you have if you want to hide the hair, and then you want to check maybe some features on the face you want to change around because the hair is in the way. Okay. And then you bring back your hair. Right. And on the left here, the 3 buttons here, you have your blend. This is amazing because now I can blend Vivian. This is a main Vivian here. I can have 3 other characters here. I can drop in and I can change their features to blend, right? Say if I have Bernice here, I can throw Bernice here. Okay, so now I'm blending Bernice and her together, right? So then maybe I can pick up maybe a bit of maybe some Danielle here. We put Danielle up there. Then we'll pick up maybe a bit of Faye here. Drop the Faye there. Okay, and then what we can do is now we can blend, yeah, the 2 together. So I can actually take more of I need to blend. Changing the features. Blending thing. I think there'll be a tool somewhere here, right? Drag and drop presets to slot, blah, 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 with blend mode enable. You can just adjust per region influence the facial feature. Okay, so you can come here and adjust the features to more towards, was it Bernice on top? And then Faye on the left. So Faye has that wider face, yeah? So I can use face, or maybe I use this face here. Then if I click on her nose, maybe I want to pick face nose instead of, Bernice nose. So you can just choose the features if you want to. So actually combine all these 3 into one, which is kind of nice. Okay. Or I can simply come in here. I can go to like this sculpt mode. I can come in and I can just tweak all this stuff, just click and drop. Drag and drop. So I can put a bit of higher nose. I can turn her around. So maybe I want to make her a bit of like high nose, bit high nose. Then actually you can have a photo on your left hand side. You can have an actual photo of a person with the front view and a side view. You can actually mimic the actual person. Yeah, that's how you do it. So you get a template first, a base image or a base face, and then you look at the photo and then you can just try and follow as much as possible. Then you can change the lips, you name it, whatever there's a point here. Can you see the point? You guys can see the points, right? So wherever there's a point, I can actually change all this stuff, which is kind of nice. And all these things, these features can be animated inside of Unreal Engine, by the way. Yeah, these features are all available in Unreal Engine. You can actually animate. I can bring her some closer, smaller, right? So you can adjust it as much as you can. And then we jump to the next one, which is to move tongues around. Yeah, if we can get these lines, I can make her upper lip a bit higher or lower. Maybe give her a bit of like those thicker lips. Then nose and all that stuff. The eyes can go bigger, smaller. I can even break them apart, like one eye big, one eye small. For some reason, I do not know why. I think it's the one. There you go, turn off symmetry, right? So maybe she can have a bigger eye one side for some reason. I don't know. Maybe not. Yeah, I can change the ears. So this is where we go to that no hair mode, and then we can change the ears, right? Actually turn on symmetry. Okay. Average. Okay. You can play with all this stuff, yeah. So you can actually create something very close to whatever you want, you know, like your normal person with if you have a photo in front of you. Okay, this is kind of cool. And then we have all the other features, which is some amazing tools, yeah. So I can go to blend. That's the blending. Just now skin. I can change the skin color. If I zoom in a bit more, I can change the texture of the skin. Right, I can make them look a bit slightly older or aged. Yeah, a bit aged at the moment. You can see, yeah. That's even worse. I'll make her younger back. Then I can change the contrast of the skin. You know, maybe too so much yellow, a bit more red in the body, roughness. You know, less all more rough. You can actually play with this. And then we have the eyes. You can change the color of the eyes. I want her to have maybe brown eyes, blue eyes. So this is kind of nice eyes. Not only that, if you go to the iris, you can change the color of the iris, the detail color, which is those inner brownish kind of color balance. You can change the pupil. I mean the I think they call it as, what is it called? The one that's inside the eye. If I hover, maybe it will tell me. There's a some biology word for it. Limbus darkness. Yeah, I can see a bit of changes. So you can have fun with this. And then we have sclera. Sclera here means the your eyes. It has these little veins inside, the red veins, yeah. So you can actually bring it up. You can see that actually can rotate. If I bring up the veins rotation, vascularity, you can see that down the eyes has more veins in it, yeah. So maybe you can make a person who's crying or whatever, you know, you can, or maybe just been just has been hit or something in the eye kind of thing and all that. So you can change that. Skin also, we have like freckles. You can adjust freckles. You can adjust accents. Accents here means some people, they have like sunburn, right? So if I click on her under the eye, you can actually increase the redness. So now she has a bit of under eye red, you know. And then I can even select this guy here, redness bring up. Maybe she got sunburn, or maybe just she normally has that red cheeks. Okay. Teeth, of course, you can change the teeth color, variation of the teeth, tooth length, right? Whether they're short, they're long. So all these you can adjust. Plaque, amount of plaque. Maybe she doesn't go to dentist all the time, so you can increase the plaque. Jaw open, and check the teeth and all that. Yeah. Set. And then not only that, the mouth itself we can actually adjust. You know, the teeth underneath, a bit crooked. You can adjust this. Just imagine if we can do this for ourselves. Yeah. You can adjust this and then make ourselves look nice. If it's easy as this. So you can move the teeth and all that up here, right? And then we have makeup. Makeup, of course, you can apply foundation, and then you can put makeup for the eyes, maybe something like that. Enhance the eyes a bit. If a blusher, you can change the blush color wherever you want to put the blusher, maybe here, maybe there. Okay. Intensity of the blusher, or less or more. Roughness. We have lips. You can change the lips color. You want to make it shiny lips, you can bring the roughness down and then change to this lip color, whatever. And then you can change, all, of course, the colors of the lips. You know, you have presets and custom. All right. And then jump to head. You have head styles. Let's say you want to give her a new hairstyle. Maybe you want to give her this hairstyle. Where's my favorite hairstyle? I like this one here. Hairstyle. Okay. And then you can go to details, and then you can change the roughness. Salt and pepper means you're giving a bit of a white and black hair into a bit of that combination of white and black into a hair, right? You can do that. think there's a fashion now to do this. I don't know. You can bring that down. That's salt and pepper, by the way. Okay, ombre here means the shade of the color. Ombre here means you're giving her a tint, color of the tint on the hair. You can shift the color to maybe red or something like that. Contrast a bit, intensity of the stuff. Maybe I give it a bit of red hair, see what happens. Yeah. Presets as well, maybe I like that one there. Okay. You can shift the color, contrast, and then intensity of the tinting. They call it nowadays tint. Yeah, tint. Okay. We got highlights. Of course, you can change the highlights as well. And then we have eyebrows. Okay, you can change the eyebrows. Eyebrows look nice now. Maybe you're gonna make it a bit more rough. It's probably for men. Give that a medium kind of look. No, I prefer just now. Yeah, this is better. And then details, you also have the roughness, blah, blah, blah. Eyelashes, yeah. You got styles, long eyelashes, short eyelashes. Give that. And then, of course, mustache will not be appropriate for her. We do have, we're going to give it a bit of nice mustache. Maybe for a guy character, it's called the handlebars, yeah. You're riding a Harley Davidson, you probably need to have this kind of mustache. Of course, doesn't go with her. And then we have beard as well, right? All sort of beards. If you have a guy, this beard is actually for Wolverine. Yeah, if you want to make a Wolverine character. And then we have proportions. Okay, so it depends on size of the person that you want to use. Okay, they have the 6 proportions that you have your the normal person. I think this is called the narrow female narrow body or standard height or something like that. And then we have men proportion as well. Yeah. So when you are actually downloading this MetaHuman, they will download his body type together with the stuff. So now she looks more masculine than the female, right? Then you can change the weight. There's some who are narrow body, some are heavy body. So later when I come to that part, I'll show you where this thing will appear when you download her. Yeah. Let's bring her hair back. Tops, of course, you can change the tops here. So we have an option of changing the crew neck t-shirt. And then you can change the colors of the sleeves and all that. So let's say we reset that, so she gets something like that. And then I can even change the primary fabric. Maybe you want to give her that fabric, I'm not sure whether you can upload your own fabric here. There's no option. I don't see any option here that you can upload your own fabric-wise, but there are a few here. And we'll just give her a nice, let's go to preset, nice gray top or something. Okay, and then the sleeves can have the same color as well. So here, click here, preset, we use the same color of the sleeves. Okay, and then we have bottoms. By the way, you can change the shirt to color, I'm gonna go and grab the maroon, which is kind of nice. We have bottoms. We have a couple of different pants. We have jeans, of course. This kind of blue jeans. This kind of pants. I'm going to give her a nice slacks, yeah. And maybe slacks can change to different color. That what would be nice with maroon? This is not bad, yeah, green or something like that. Okay, something like that. Okay. All right, and then we got shoes. We click on shoes. You have several kind of different shoes. We have flip-flops. We got a sandal or flats. And then you can change the color of that as well. You can even put graphics if you want for the shoes. Yeah, click on graphics here. Oh, that was disabled, not available at the moment. That's a shame. I think the tops you can actually put some graphic or details. Graphic. Oh yeah, I can change from here. You need to have a primary graphic first, I think. You really played with this. Let's give a. Last time I can check. I can put a something on her shirt like a logo or something. Maybe I need a T-shirt for that. Yeah, maybe put a T-shirt. And then now we can go to graphic. Yeah, there you go. And you can put something here. Yep. I do not know whether you can upload your own graphic. Maybe not. Yeah, maybe. Change the color of the graphic. But there's no option here for me to upload my own image. Not yet, at least. It's a shame. We should, yeah. Maybe soon. I was working on this stuff. But they should make their website a bit faster. That's the only thing. Of bottoms, I don't know, or maybe not. Maybe you need to have a something. Okay, so that's how it is. So once you're done with her, you are shoes was also I think some nice flat shoes. Let's change the color here. Reset. Maybe maroon shoes here. Put a preset. Look at this. And then the blue of the pants, right? Reset. Yeah, that's more like it. Yeah, boots as well. Okay, so once you've done customizing your MetaHuman, okay, what you can do is you can just go back because it's saving all the time. So all changes save, saves automatically. You don't have to press Control S or whatever. And then here you can change the name of the character. Like my case is Eve. And then what you do is you go back to My MetaHumans. Okay, so I've changed her. What is happening now, it will actually synchronize with your Quixel Bridge. When you have Quixel Bridge open here, it will synchronize under your local MetaHumans. Right? So you will have your local MetaHumans all here. I'm not sure they will automatically download. It's not import, because import you can maybe import. Yeah, this will take a long process, guys. If you select one and say import and all that kind of stuff, it will take a while. Yeah. So in order for me to not to spend too much time on that, I already have my MetaHuman here. Okay, I'm going to use one of them. So if you come down back to your Pixel Bridge, you have 5 MetaHumans. These are the presets we saw earlier, and then these are my MetaHumans. I'm not sure this is 5.2. It should be 5.2. This is no wonder 5.1. So I'm going to have a bit of problem, but it doesn't matter. Yeah. So if you click on that, and then we have your presets, and you can see this little cyan arrow. You just have to click on that in downloads into your content browser. Yeah. Of course, you will always choose the highest quality. I think that's the only option that you have. Click on download, and it will appear in your content browser, and it should be under a folder called MetaHumans. So there you go. Yeah, I've got a MetaHuman folder here, and I've got my PR. It will download according to your name that you've given to the character. Yeah. Don't worry about all the other stuff. These are just, this there. Basically, what you're going to get is a BP underscore PR. That will be made for you by Unreal Engine. Okay. BP means, of course, blueprint. And we can just drag and drop here into here. Right. So you'll get an A pose that comes from her. All the characters in Unreal Engine are all A pose. Yeah. So sometimes you have issues with downloading mockups which have E pose. So you will have to actually do what we call an IK rig for that. Okay, any question, anybody so far? Seems like straightforward, right? Okay. So that is how you bring your MetaHuman character into Unreal Engine. Okay, you can customize it online, download. It appears in your bridge first, and in the bridge, you click on import. This also will take a bit of time, guys. Yeah, depends on your machine. In my case, it downloaded for me in about a matter of 5 minutes, which is still long. Because it's already in my breach here, right? So it still need a process for downloading into my actual content browser, which is going to be in my engine itself, right? So you get the PPR, drag and drop, and then that's it. Yeah. So if you want to bring it into your engine, you will see BPPR here. In my case, I got 2. I'm just going to take BPPR2 out for now. Yeah, I've got BPPR, and then she has a blueprint. Yeah. And if you click on the edit BPPR, you go into a blueprint. Okay, and then she just has a basic functionality kind of stuff. And then here you see the chimera of a body, a feet, a leg, a torso. MetaHuman for Unreal Engine, they are broken up. They are not just one piece, you know, because sometimes you can just concentrate on their face and you can do facial animation as well if you want to. They got face and they're broken into eyelashes, fuzz, eyebrows, blah, blah, blah. Yeah. And the most often problems that we have when we bring a MetaHuman into Unreal Engine, she sounds a bit, she's like sad like that. Maybe I make her a bit more, okay, neutral close. The most common that we have problem is when we zoom out, the hair will go away. The hair will run away. Everybody has that same problem. Yeah, that's because of the LOD that they have. I think maybe they're fixing it at the moment. So how to fix that? So I've done a fix for her. If you select your BPPR and then you look in your blueprint here, you will find something called LOD sync. Okay, LOD sync, and then you can change your force LOD. Sometimes -1 doesn't work. Sometimes you have to go to 0. And sometimes you have to go to 1. It all depends, yeah. But I normally put at -1 for some reason, yeah, because it's a very high pixel stuff, you know, very mesh, very high mesh kind of stuff. So if you look at the mesh, it's like, oh, incredibly a lot, yeah, very high. So that's the reason why they put to -1 for some reason. On the wireframe. Okay. So if you have that issue, when you download your MetaHuman, go into the BPPR or BP, whatever your name of your character is, go down to LOD sync and change to -1, or make it to either 1 or 0. Depends on how close you could get to the character. Yeah. If your cinematic requires you to become very close to her, then you have to change to at least 1 or 0. Let me change my camera here. It's a bit too, yeah, that's much more. Otherwise, you look very white, her face. Okay, so that's how you bring a MetaHuman into Unreal Engine. And then, of course, once you click on the BPPR, once you go into the blueprint, you can actually adjust, because it comes with the material, right? So you can actually use an AR kit for face rig kind of thing and all that. Those things are changing very, very fast now. So you learn something and then the next thing, the thing has been changed. So you can actually change the clothing if you want, the what do you call that, the color of the clothing. You cannot change the clothing though, because it's already fixed, but you can at least change the color of the clothing. Yeah, in this case, the pants and all, you can change after which. So now if I double click, I double click on her. So if I go to my feet, my body will have a material here. You can actually look at the material of how the material looks like. Yeah. I click on this. Always get that out. So you can see she already has all the textures and all that, yeah. And then here is we can, hang on, let me check. Let me click on the clothing first. So I guess there you go. Right? So this is the color for the top. Yeah, she was wearing. You can come in, you can change it. You can see all diffuse color. You know, you can actually come and play around with the color here by double clicking and then changing whatever color you want. Yeah. So that you can do that, but you cannot change the clothing itself. That's not an option yet. But since I was also asking about this to some of my friends online about how do we dress them up, I think there's a software. This is not a software. It's a website that allows you, but they're expensive. They're quite expensive. Let me show you where they are. I just checked yesterday. Check my history. I can't remember the name. It's on my lap. It's all my was on my iPad. But I'll come back to that in a bit. I'll show you where to get. What's it called? I'll come back to that. You can even put clothings on them. But there are a lot of tutorials online as well teaching you how you can change clothings and all that. you can either do that, or you can just go to the website and download clothings and which is suitable for your character. Okay, so that's MetaHuman, guys. Yeah. Any question about MetaHuman before I jump to the next one, which was talking about character animation. Okay. So how do we animate characters? How do we animate our MetaHumans? Okay. So I've been learning about this for the last 2 years, and every YouTube video I see and every articles I read, all doing different things. This guy is teaching this guy is teaching. Very confusing, very, very confusing. So I couldn't put things all together because we have a confusion of two different things. Yeah, we have a confusion of coming from Unreal Engine 4 to Unreal Engine 5. Unreal Engine 4, the bones hierarchy is different compared to Unreal Engine 5, slightly. Yeah. So if you have a mocap from Unreal Engine 4, you cannot bring it straight into Unreal Engine 5, or in this case, Manny. This guy I call Manny, by the way, because of the word mannequin, right? And then the girl character is called Queen. So Manny Queen. So Manny is the guy, Queen is the girl. So don't want you get confused. And then this is UE5. If you see him like wearing this robotic stuff, like futuristic stuff, this is UE5. This is UE4. This is how UE4 used to look like. So if you go to Marketplace, if you go to Marketplace and you go and look for some mocap stuff, you really need to look at which version they're compatible with. Yeah? That's most important, because if not compatible, it will not work. So if I say mocap, and if I look at, I think the one called MCO mocap basics. So these ones here, you need to look at these versions here, because you need to know whether it's compatible. Like now, it's compatible until version 5.2, which is amazing. And for this, you do not need to do much work. If for you to convert from this mocap into Unreal Engine 5 mocap, which is for Unreal Engine Mannequin and MetaHuman, you do not have to do much work. It's very straightforward. You just have to right click and then select your mocap rig and then the MetaHuman rig, and then it's compatible. Straightforward. I'm going to show you in a bit. But the hard one is I'm taking an older mocap, which is maybe for version 4, and even from Mixamo, and bringing into MetaHuman at the end result, which is it's a bit involved. There are a lot of things that you have to do. You have to match the bones, and you have to create an IK rig, and then you have to do an IK retargeter. It's a bit more involved, but it can be done. It's not that bad. Yeah. So let me show you the easy one first. So let me create a new scene here, so I can show you from scratch. This is what we're going to do today. I'm going to just attach a MCO movement. Let me just play it. You can see what is going on. Let me change this one to video, and then you can see the actual video playing. Optimized for video clip. Okay. So if I play this, you can see that they are actually synchronizing their movement. Yeah. So I've made an MCO for version 4 to a version 5, and then I put into the MetaHuman. Okay. So this is what we're going to do in the next few minutes. I'll show you how simple it is to retarget from the third-party one, which is the MCO basics, into MetaHuman, Manny, and then take her into the Manny, and then MetaHuman. Yeah, and then the last part here, I put some extra animation. Okay, so let's make a new one. Go to File, New Level. I'm gonna basic level, create. And do I need to save this one? I'm not going to save that. Okay, so I've got a new one. Let's quickly save it. File, save current level as, and then I'm going to put in my MetaHumans class animation. Okay, save. Nice. Okay, let's bring in let's look at what we have first. If I go to Marketplace, I want to use this. Did I close my Marketplace? Oh my God. One second, guys, sorry. So if you go to Marketplace, there are a couple of mocap that you can download. I'm not talking about Mixamo. I'm going to go to Mixamo later. Yeah. So if you have something from Mixamo, then you have to do a bit more work. But let me show you the easy one first. The easy one will be like going to your Marketplace and go grab the free one, of course. The MCO one is free. Yeah. Or if you just type mocap, you get some stuff you can download. All this stuff. You have to pay for it. It's not that expensive. RM72. This is the dance mocap. And we want to look for free, right? So if I click on free here, because we want to test first all this stuff. This is Actor Core. Just now, you can download this as well. They'll give some free one. This is mocap basics. And then there are some other ones which are not that expensive, but quite good. I'm going to click on this mocap basics. I think it's called MCO. Maybe the guy did it during the MCO time, I suppose. And then make sure that it's compatible. This is 5.2, which is good. Anything between any of the 5 versions is good. And then here you have a few of what they tell you all about. And then click on Add to Project, which I already did. And then you can just choose your project, and I've already done that. So they are here in MCO. Where's my MCO stuff? MCO mocap basics. There you go. Right. This is the one that. If I click on overview, you can see actually the characters. So these are the characters. F11. Okay. These are actually all the characters. If I come close here and I press play, you can see. Oops. Come close. Close to there, otherwise my character will fall off the ledge. There you go. Right? So they are all animated. This is all the animation. You can have a look. You can actually combine them up. Like this guy is running and suddenly he stops, right? One of the most left. And then there was sprinting and then jogging. So you can actually transition between all this stuff. Okay, these are some of the stuff that we're going to play with in a bit. Okay, so I'm going to go back to our version of the human. Okay. Plus animation. Right. No need to save. All right. So what we're going to do is we are going to bring in, normally if you download a mocap, a free mocap or a purchase mocap, they come with their own character. If you open up the character panel, a character folder, if you go to meshes, you can see they already have a character here. Okay. Then it comes with skeletal mesh. It comes with a physics asset. It comes with the skeleton. Okay. All these things are all into one. If I open up the main one, which is skeletal mesh, normally you open up the main one with the purple color, yeah? And this is the editor. You see that here we have the same thing. We have a skeleton, we have the mesh. Skeletal mesh, by the way, means that the character has a skeleton in it. Okay, it's basically skin and bones. Yeah, that's what it is. Skeletal mesh. Yeah, because for a long time I couldn't understand what skeletal mesh was until recently. I thought, oh, I know what it means now. Okay, you have a skeleton, of course, and you have all the bones here. Okay, the pelvis, the spine. And if you need to look at this carefully, because if you look at the characters, because what we're trying to do, we're trying to take this character, because the MCO mocap is all done for him. Okay, and if you want to transfer to mannequin, which is UE5 mannequin, we need to make sure that both of them have the same kind of structure, the bones. Yeah, some of them will have different, some of them will not exist, some of them will have more. Especially MetaHumans. MetaHumans has much more bones. So we got to be careful when you do a retargeting or IK rig, we must match the bones. Yeah. In this case, he has the pelvis bone, the spine, spine 1, spine 2, spine 3. This one only has 3 spine, which is kind of compatible with the many basics. Yeah. Clavicle here means the shoulder bone. It's called a clavicle. Yeah. Lower arm, hand, everything is here. Yeah. So we have left and right. Then we also have this IK stuff. IK means inverse kinematics, where you can actually use a control point to remove the whole arm like that. Yeah, not sure whether you can see my hand doing that breakdance thing. No, you cannot see. This doesn't matter. Okay, then we have the animation itself, right? So now this animation are all meant for this guy, which means the MCO guy. Yeah, when I say MCO, you know what I'm trying to refer at. So if I can double click on any of this animation, you can see this is the conversation, and then we have the crouch walk. You need to double click to it. This is the jog. You can see that he's running in place. Yeah, in place running. He's not moving, he's just running in place. And then we have something called IPC. IPC here means in place. Okay, running faster. And then we have relaxed. Okay, from run to stand. Then we have just moving around. Anything that say IPC here means in place. Yeah, but if you scroll down, you get something called root motion. This one, it's actually moving. You can see that, yeah? If I scroll down a bit more, you can see a better one. Root motion. a better one. So all IP cheerful. Okay, this is root motion, right? You see, it's walking away. And you can see this red line at the bottom here. That's root motion, by the way. So you can have two kinds of animation. One is in place, one is root motion. So you choose which one you want to use. I prefer root motion because I don't have to animate the guy walking on the floor, which I'm going to show you a little later what I mean. Okay. In place, you have to animate this guy yourself. That means you have to make him move so it doesn't slide the feet. The feet doesn't slide. So that takes a bit of time, which I don't like. I prefer root motion because I can actually combine them into one so that he can just walk and walk and walk and walk and walk. Okay. I will show you what I mean in a bit. Okay, so these are the animation. These animations are actually meant for this character, which means the character that we got from MCO. Okay, and I'm going to drag him into the scene and reset his position and rotate him 90 degrees. Not 90 degrees up, 90 degrees away. There you go. Okay, now we can see him. And if I want to make him move now, or I want to put any animation on him now, it's easy. Yeah? I can select the character under SK mannequin. You can see there. One thing about Unreal Engine, the naming convention has to be spot on. Yeah, if you make the naming convention wrong, then you'll be confused. So I'd like to call this, instead of SK mannequin, I like to call him SK underscore UE4 mannequin. UE4 manny. Yeah. So you don't get confused with the UE5 manny later. Of course, visually you can see they're different, but here sometimes you get confused, especially when you're doing retargeting and all that stuff. It can get a bit confusing. So this is Guy. And then down here, you can see there's one animation mode. I can say use animation asset. And sometimes they crash, yeah? Careful, when you're playing with animation, your system will crash. So better click on save all if you make any changes. Otherwise, you'll get frustrated. So use animation asset here. I'm going to choose any one of this. Yeah, any one of this. So I'm going to say convo 01 conversation low key. And now he should, if I click on play, he should actually be, you know, to himself, talking to himself or something that doesn't know what's happening in the world. Okay. Of course, you don't want to, this is when you're in game, right? Of course, when you want to animate him in sequencer, you don't do that, right? So let's make a sequence and then we'll make him animate. Right, so I'm going to go back to my blue. Tell you what, let me put it in favorites, like easy to find. That's not very hard. Okay, I'm going to take this guy, right click, I say go to favorites, yeah? Go to favorite, add to favorite. So it's easy to find. I'm just clicking over here. I don't have to click on this long directory. Okay, so I'm here now, and I'm going to create a new sequence. So I'm going to do a right click, cinematic level sequence. Let's call it ls underscore class animation. Okay, open the sequencer, and it's easy as selecting UK SKUE for many, drag and drop. Okay, this one is straightforward, no issues. Later when we have MetaHuman, then we'll have issues. Okay, so now all I need to do is just click on the animation track here, click on animation, I can choose any animation I want. I'm going to click the first one. And now if I were to zoom out using my control key, go to the end here and use my right bracket, and I can click on play and he will be animated. Okay. Any questions, anybody so far? So it's animated, right? So this is how we animate using the sequencer, right? Kind of long sequence this is kind of a long. I think if I were to look at the animation in the content browser, I'm gonna bring that into all the animation. It's all the animations, right? I'm gonna right click, go to favorite, so I can find it straight inside here. So on the animations, you can see if I on the conversations, root motion. If you highlight this, you can see this is about it's 2997. It's important for you to know the frame rate, guys, because if you bring a 2997 animation in a 30 frames per second, it will be out of sync. This animation is actually 2997, yeah? And then this is about 880 frames. It's quite long, but longer frames are better because actually you can cut them out, cut them down and all that kind of stuff. It's kind of good. Okay, but important thing is the frame rate. In this case, this one was created in 2997. Yeah, just keep an eye on that. Because when we are going to sequencer, we have to change this to 2997. If it's not here, then we have to do custom. Got 2997, tada. Okay, so, because otherwise it will not synchronize. 29.97. It's going to give me a warning. Incompatible with the sequence thick resolution 2004, blah, 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 whatever. Okay, just keep it as that. Okay, we'll keep it at that because this was made in 2007, right? Otherwise, it will not be smooth. Okay, this is very straightforward. Okay, but now, how do we take this to become, how do we bring our many in? Our UE5 many. I want to transfer his animation to the UE5 many. Why? Because I cannot go to MetaHuman straight from this guy. I have to go to UE5 many first and then MetaHuman because UE5 many and MetaHuman, they are compatible, right? This guy is not. So I have to do the in-between. So this guy transferred to UE5, UE5 transferred to MetaHuman. That's how we do it, yeah? Okay, I'm going to go and grab my UE5 many, which is inside your characters folder. Yeah, you should have a character folder. Not this one. If you go to the content root content folder, yeah, root, there should be a folder called characters. And then there is a mannequins folder, not UE5 mannequin, mannequins, yeah. So, oh my God, the naming is like, why can't they just put mannequin UE5 here? I do not know, guys. So meshes, and then go and grab mannequin basic. We have several, right? We have mannequin skeleton. This is many skeletal mesh, and then we have queen skeletal mesh. Then we have many simple skeletal mesh, and then we have queen simple skeletal mesh. Okay, sometimes get confusing. Simple here means he has less bones. This one, does it say here? Then this one has, this is 130, this 137, something like that. Is there a number difference? Doesn't say here. But let me just bring in a simple version, yeah? Simple means that they have simple bones, I guess. So, oops. Turn him around. And then, okay. So this is how we now retarget, or in this case, we do an IK rig, yeah? So I want to transfer this animation to him, right? At the moment, there's none. So if I were to bring him in, let me rename this so we can understand. SK underscore UE5 many. Guys, give me a second. I'm getting a call. Just give me a second, yeah? Okay, sorry about that. All right, so now we have UE5 mannequin, and I'm going to drag and drop him into the sequencer. Okay, now we have, if you notice that suddenly everything changed, right? Now we have like a control rig on him. Okay, so this is another part that we're going to talk about a little later. This is another feature for UE5 where you have already a built-in control rig, which you can actually do FK, IK stuff. But they sent me into a animation mode. We can do a lot of stuff here, but we are not interested at the moment. So you jump back to your selection mode. Okay. So we jump back here. And if you notice, when I brought him in, we got a couple of more tracks that we received from UE5 many. UE4 many did not have this, but this one, we have got a control rig mannequin body. Okay. And then you get all the controls, tons and tons of control. If you notice, there are lots more compared to just now. Yeah. There are two necks. Just not only one neck, this one has two necks. Maybe spine also more than that. So as I mentioned, UE5 mannequin and UE5 MetaHumans, they have much more bones. Not much more, but a little more bones than the other one. Yeah. So that's the reason why we have to make sure that we are doing the retargeting correctly. But for this case, I'm not going to use the rig. I'm going to delete it. Yeah, let's delete it off. Yeah, I deleted it. Oops, did I delete the wrong one? Okay, the wrong one. Okay, now we have many by himself. Okay, and I've got to transform. This one's got transform. No worries. Yeah, same thing. So UE4, UE5 many. So how do we now retarget his animation? Okay, so this is what you do. You go to the animation, look for the animation. Animation, say you want to convert the first one. As you can actually do a bulk conversion if you want to, but I'm just doing one first, yeah? Always test first before you do the rest. So this one has the Convo 01 key loop, right? Was it the one? Convo 01 key loop, that's the one, yeah? This is the same animation here. And then now I'm going to select this, right click on it, and I'm going to say retarget animation assets. Okay, select the animation from the MCO version, and then retarget animation. You do a right click, duplicate and retarget animation asset. Right? So I'm going to duplicate that. Now it's asking me what retargeter I want to use here on the top right corner. What retargeter I want to use? I want to retarget from 4 to 5. Am I right? UE4 to UE5. That's why I named the thing properly like that. So here you find it because Unreal Engine already has made the retargeters for you. You don't have to make retargeters anymore. So a lot of YouTube channels are still showing you, oh, you have to retarget. No need. It already been done for you, especially version 5.2 or 5.1 and above. So here is RTG mannequin retargeter, and then RTG MetaHuman retargeter, which we're going to use later. Then here, UE4 to UE5. This is the one that we want, right? UE4 many to UE5 many. That's the reason why I name it like that. Okay, this one is the other way around, many to UE4. We want this one. Okay, then suddenly you see these two guys will appear. They look the same, right? This left and right, this left and right. Cool. So SK mannequin from SK mannequin simple. Correct, check that. And here you have an option of renaming because now you're actually taking the animation from MCO animation and making another one, another asset for many. Okay, so you're giving you a chance to do some prefix. I would like to put HK in front so I can easy to find because it's my initial. Otherwise, I'll get confused. You can put whatever you want. You can put there animation, whatever prefix you want. For me, or sometimes you like to put numbers, yeah? You put 01 or 00, easy to find in the list later. In my case, I put HK so I know I made this. And then the suffix, suffix at the back there, I can say underscore. The name will be blah, blah, blah loop, right? Then maybe you can put there UE5 many. Or you just put RTG, whatever. In my case, I'll just put there MCO lah. MCO already have, cannot make up my mind. I'm just going to put there many. Okay, many lah. All right. Then you can put whatever else. But the important thing is make sure you put it in a nice folder. Otherwise, you'll get confused. Where is my animation? Then you cannot find. Okay, so I'm going to change that. I'm going to find a folder. In my case, I'm going to go into my MetaHuman. I think I already have some there. I already made RTG animation. I'm going to make another one. Right click, new folder. I'm going to say class underscore animation underscore RTG. RTG means retarget. Yeah. Press OK. Okay, and then you press OK one more time, and then you click on retarget. Okay, it's saved. If you're doing a lot, it will take a while. Yeah, it will take a while. Even that also took about less, half a second maybe. So if you have 20, it will probably take about 1 minute. So do one first, okay? And now you can see I have this class animation retarget. This guy is here. If I double click on him, you can see he's animating. Yeah, UE5. And you can see this is the one that I made. Actually, the MCO one we can use on the UE5, no issues. I think you can use it. I'm just going to show you how to do the retarget. Yeah, if you have someone, if you have a third party one from somewhere else, this is how you do it. Because the MCO one and because it's compatible with 5.2, so I shouldn't be doing this, or I don't need to do this actually. Yeah, but I just want to show you how you can do it. Cool. Okay, let's go back here, and then now we apply to this guy. So I have my my menu, and I click on track. So if you open up, there's nothing here, right? Animation, right? So animation. Now I look for HK because that's my name. Just now, this is why I put my name. So I got two, loop menu and listen loop. I got two. Should be only one. Listening. Oh, it's one I did yesterday. Sorry. Last night I was playing with it. So this is the one, and now you can see they are synchronizing. Okay, both of them have the same animation. So naming convention important when you want to find them, because sometimes you have a lot of these guys. But only thing you can see, you notice, yeah, the finger. Okay, notice the finger. Yeah, this finger is a bit, as we say in Malay, cacat. Yeah, this guy is cool, nice fingers, right? But this guy, I think the fingers are not retargeted properly. So the MH will have the same thing. MetaHuman will have the same issue as well. Okay, so maybe we can find out how to play with that. But sometimes you have no choice because these are all mocap that comes from a third party. This one is perfect. Maybe the bones are not structured correctly. Maybe this guy has more bones than this guy. I don't know. We'll have to figure it out. Yeah. But overall, 99% or 95% is all perfect. Except for he's a bit slouching, you can see. We can actually edit all this stuff, guys. Yeah, no worries. He's a bit slouching. This one you can see that he's a bit, it's a bit like shoulders coming to the front. Okay, that one all we can change. As long as we get animation done this correctly. Okay, so now the third one is, where is Pia? Okay, let's bring Pia in. So go back here, let's look for Pia. Humans, I got my Pia here. Drag Pia in. Okay, since now we already have many done, Pia is straightforward. Okay, very straightforward. So if I just rotate around, and I want Pia to also have the same animation like her, like many. Okay, so just bring her in into the scene. Pia. Pia will also have the CR stuff, the control rigs. She will have the same control rig, and now she also has a face control rig. Yeah. So face control rig here means coming from the window. Face control rig means I can see a face control rig, but it's not coming out here. There should be like a board here. You can actually make her a bit smiley, which is a bit sad. All right, but let's do the control. The animation, right? So I don't need to have the face, so I can delete the face for now, and I don't need the control rig as well. So all I need is the body, yeah. And then here, track animation. Is there HK? Hey, got. This one I made yesterday, guys. So I'm cheating a bit, but I'll show you in a second how I do it. So this is not, don't look at that, yeah, because I made that yesterday. So what I need to do now is I need to make the UE5 animation compatible with her. So it's also easy as now going to the animation that I just made, which is RTG animation. Okay, class animation RTG. Yeah, this during the class. I'll take this one I just made for many, right click, and I also do the same thing, retarget, duplicate, retarget. But this time around, I choose the retargeter, which is supposed to be MetaHuman retargeter. Okay, of course, this one, not MetaHuman, many retargeter. Okay, many retargeter to source is skeletal mesh. MetaHuman, not okay. So this one should be this one should be many simple. Yeah, many simple to MetaHuman. So MetaHuman, you'll see this kind of body. As I mentioned just now, MetaHuman, the body and the heads are separated. Yeah. So at the moment, we only need important one is the body. So make sure we have the right one. It's F-mat narrow body. What does it mean? So remember when I was doing my the body structure earlier in MHC, MetaHuman Creator, they have 6 different versions of bodies, right? So this F here means female, medium body, narrow, medium height, narrow, and body. Sometimes you get M, tall, TAL, and then what I think is large, LRG or something like that, and then body. Sometimes you have female, short, SRT or something like that. There's a name for it, yeah? So that's what it means. So in this case, it's medium, female, medium height, that's Pia, narrow body, and then narrow and body, yeah? So make sure we have select that, and then prefix you can also do. I'm going to put my MH, not HK anymore. It's for the human. Suffix I can put PR lah. Yeah, so I know it's for PR. And then again, be careful. We want to send to a proper folder. I'm going to choose again my MetaHumans, and I'm going to throw in the same one, class animation RTG. That's okay, and retarget. Okay, now we have got there. Yeah, and you can see the thumbnail looks like the female body just now. This is many. This is PR. Go back sequencer. Go back to PR body track animation. And if you just type in MH, there you go. This is the one, yeah. Many, blah, blah, blah. And you can see the thumbnail is a MetaHuman body. Okay. Then you get all this funny stuff. I don't worry about that. And if you notice, her hands are also, I didn't get this yesterday for some reason. So always recovering of some new issues, yeah. I don't know why the hands are like that. I didn't get this yesterday. So I have no idea why. Maybe I have to redo it again. You'll come across all these issues, guys. Once it works, then the next one doesn't work. And then, some tweaking, some blah, blah, blah. Because remember I mentioned to you just now when I showed my version of the humans, this one here, this one has no issues. Yeah, of course I have to load up the right. Remember I mentioned to you guys how to load up the corresponding level sequence. Yeah, this is where it comes into play. So if my sequence has all red color, that means I'm not in the right level sequence. So the best way is just to go and select, do a right click, and then go to Open Map class MetaHuman. So this is the right one. And if you notice here, I did exactly the same thing, but it's working. So I do not know what went wrong, but the steps are exactly the same. So let me open up that sequence, which is this guy, and you notice it's perfect. Yeah. Of course, I added some extra stuff. So let me just delete some of this stuff and then show you how to bring those in. Okay, so that's it about the easy part. Okay, this is the easy part. Now the not so easy part. Any question before I proceed? Why so fast? Home to select everything. Then UE5 many, I think I've cut it down, something like that. No, it's okay, we'll bring it over here. And left bracket. Okay. So these are all working in synchronized, but again, you can see the hands are not perfect. Yeah. I can actually adjust this. All this can be adjusted. Of course, when you have access to the bones, you can do all this. Yeah. But yeah, there. Okay. Any questions at all, guys? I'm sure. I mean, maybe character animation, probably everybody has a lot of questions. So far, Tada. Okay, let's jump into what if you want to bring animation from Mixamo. Okay, let's do that, yeah. So I'm not sure whether you guys know of Mixamo. It's owned by Adobe. And there you will have tons and tons of all this mocap stuff. So for you to access this, you need to have an Adobe account. Login. Continue. It's going to ask me to check on my phone. Okay. And you have an option of downloading the character and the animation together, or downloading the character and the animation separately. So you choose which one you will do it. Yeah, both have different workflows. Maybe in this case, I'm going to download the character and the animation together. Okay, it will be much faster. So what I like to do is I do not like to download the characters such as this. Yeah, it's be hard for me to animate them because sometimes they are using their outfit is different, and then their hand will go through their pants and their, I don't know, it will have some what do call it, penetration to the pants and the other hands and all that kind of stuff. All I like to use what we call a whiteboard. So I'm going to go and grab look for whiteboard. Whiteboard is of course the mail board. Yeah, it's inside Invite make some more. Is it a whiteboard or the export? It's supposed to be whiteboard. Okay, never mind. I'll go to characters first. This is the whiteboard. Yeah, I'm going to choose him. Use this character. And of course, I have to get the animation which is suitable for whiteboard, right? Not the female walk, unless you're purposely going to do that. But again, I'm going to go to animations and let's take a simple one. Let's do a samba dance or something. I can spell samba. Something that you can do in place. Samba. Do samba here. So this is more the guy on samba dancing. Okay, there you go. What's happening down here? This one has 546 frames. Maybe when I cut it short down to 100 here. Yeah. So here you can choose your total frames. Then you have your energy. Energy means here what kind of energy the guy has. Maybe if I just bring the energy down, he's going to become a bit more aggressive, less aggressive. If I put energy up, he's going to be more into it, you know. See, but we'll keep it at 0 for now. 50 halfway default. Yeah, posture okay. Posture bring down to middle, so we can change all this stuff later in Unreal Engine. So no issue. Okay, not that bad. Because I don't want him to have that chest open kind of posture, and then we're gonna change it, you know, that kind of stuff. Yeah. Character arm space is where you can, if the character, the arm goes through his body, you can actually increase that if you want to here. We can also do it in Unreal Engine if you want to, but let's take it as default. Excuse me. Okay. So I can download both the whiteboard and the Samba dance together. So I'm going to click on the word download here. And then we're going to bring in FBX, of course, yeah. And then 30 frames per second. Remember, it's very important for you to know what kind of frame rates you want to put for your cinematics. You want to put 30 frames, 24 frames, you can all change it over here. Let's keep it at 30 frames for now. With skin, yes, I want to bring the whiteboard and the animation and his body, everything with even with the skeleton, yeah. So with skin. If I will separate them up, I'll only go without skin. If I want to separate the character, I'll down the character separately compared to the animation. So this one, you want to bring this together, yeah. So keyframe reduction, none. So FBX 30 with skin download. And I'm going to put it on my desktop, and I'm going to call it. Do I have a mixer here? Make me show another one. I get confused. New folder. Class, mix some more. Okay, and it's called Samba Dancing.fbx. Yeah, done. Let's jump back to Unreal Engine. Okay, now we have to import that thing. So I'm going to make a folder. Let's go to content. I guess I already have a mix some folder here. Do I? Okay, never mind. Bring in. Right click, new folder, mix from Mixamo. So I don't get confused. Yeah? I like to always say where the source is from. Mixamo. Okay. And then double click. I can import that. Go and grab my Explorer, my desktop. From Mixamo. Yep, from Mixamo. Click, drag. Drag and drop, yeah, and then I get this import dialog. This is very important. The import dialog we have to check properly, yeah? Otherwise you will not get the result that you want. So now it's saying here, it detected that it has a skeletal mesh. Yes, the mesh that has a skeletal in it, which means the whiteboard just now has what do you call that, skeleton in it. Import mesh, of course, yeah. Geometry and skinning is okay. Okay, import content type. Okay, that's fine. Skeleton don't put, because if you already have an object, a character with a skeleton, here you must choose none. Do not specify what do you call it, a skeleton, because it doesn't exist. Yeah, but if you have download separately. If you download the character first and then the animation later, then of course it will be put here automatically for you. But now, because we are doing 2-in-1, don't put anything here. If you want to import animation, of course, yeah, this is always needed. Exported time, that's perfect, because this is where it's gonna choose the first frame as the first frame of the animation. And then we go down further under advanced. Import meshes in bone hierarchy, okay. Use sample rate, and then delete existing animation curve. Import, there's one here that we have to select. Use default sample rate. This is if you want to change your rate from 30 to 24, you can do it over here, or you can do it later. It's okay. Import meshes, fine. From frame range, I can even, if I have 800 frames, I can even change from here to make it to maybe just first 100 frames. This is important, guys. Snap to the closest frame boundary. If I don't check this, I get errors. Okay, I'll get errors, and there will be a lot of problems. So this is very important here. When you bring in from Mixamo especially, snap to you'll actually take it to the first frame. Whatever, let's say you bring in a frame 20 to 100 or 30 to 100, it will make it as if it's 0 to whatever the number at the end. Yeah. So this is important. If you don't do this, you will get an error. So I'm going to enable that. That's under advanced. I learned this from the hard way. Okay. Then scroll down. Materials, do we need? Materials, it already comes with the material. I mean, whiteboard comes with 2 materials, so not an issue. So in my case, materials, where's materials here? Do we have materials here somewhere? There you go, right? So in our case, we want the engine to create a material for us. So just enable create material, that's fine. The rest of it is okay. Yeah, just a couple of things. Number one, of course, check that you have import animation. Otherwise, you will not have animation. Very important. Open up advanced and make sure you select the snap to closest frame boundary. Okay, and then the rest of it all the same. Then I'm going to click on import all, and you see this thing will be filled up with a lot of stuff. There'll be materials. There'll be the skeletal mesh. There will be the physics. A couple of more things. Okay, I have an issue here. No smoothing. This is okay. Some more. You can open. Okay. I forgot to use this. This is very important as well. Yeah. They asked me to put the T0 as a reference post, which I did not do. Okay. When you get this error, you can either delete the whole thing and bring it again, or you can go jump into the skeletal mesh and enable that inside there. Okay. If you get this error, it's okay. Just clear that. Close it. And now we have materials. We got Samba dancing, which is a skeletal mesh. Drag him in here. You can see he's there. Put that 90. This is from Mixamo, guys. And you notice something? It's A pose. Yeah. Everything else is A pose. Sorry, this guy is T pose. So this is also another issue. Okay. So one thing from Mixamo, they're all T pose. But Unreal Engine is A pose. So that could be the issue later on. Where the arms will be like going away or coming into the body. So this is another thing that we have to make sure that we also remedy before we do anything. Yeah. Okay, Samba dancing is there. You can see that he's dancing with the root motion. Okay, we got the asset detail. So a lot of stuff here, guys. You can see you get very confusing, right? So if you need to take your time and do this, is Maximal always T-pose? Yes, always T-pose, guys. Yeah, Maximal always T-pose. You cannot change it in Maximal. You have to change it inside of Unreal Engine, unfortunately. But remember the T-pose, the T0 thingy that I was talking about just now. It's somewhere here. Yeah. So if I go down here, I can just change it. There you go. Ref pros, anim first phrase 0. There you go. Yeah. Remember just now gave me that error. So here we come and change that. Root motion lock to 0. Yeah, a lot of stuff. These are all a learning journey, guys. Yeah. One by one. Of course, I like to collapse all these things first and then go one by one. Animation. So all the animation stuff, and then you go to compression, which is not important, additive settings, root motion, that's all another important stuff. Yeah. And of course, you got to save. And it came in with this Mixamo, right? The animations there. Under asset browser, you can see the animation. This one is nothing. This is the T-pose itself. This is the animation that I was talking about. And here got a lot of other stuff as well. Yeah. So here you can see that we have the skeletal mesh. If you cannot see the bones, you can go to character and then go to bones, and then you can either none, or you can go to bones and all hierarchy. You can see the bones. The bones are not so complicated as MetaHuman. Very simple bones, okay? You can see they only have one head bone, one neck bone. Then the arm, they only have 3 bones. And then fingers, they have Each of them will have 3 bones. Very simple. This is the reason why we have to retarget. Yeah, because the many has much more. Not much more. Why do I say much more? A bit more. So if you don't retarget properly, you're going to have issues. Okay, let's do this, guys. Go back here. This is the guy. And now we have the same thing that we see here. It's all the same. Let me close some of this down because it's taking up a lot of space. Okay, I've got that PR, so I can close. Okay, all right. So and then we got 2 colors, which just belongs to him. This is the materials that he came with. All right. And then now we want to retarget. Of course, save all before we do anything else. Otherwise, all the import will be gone. Okay. So let's do a bit of checking. Let's do a bit of checking. I want to open up, this guy's already here. This is Ybot, by the way. Yeah, Ybot. And let's also have a look at many skeletal mesh, which is if I click on him, I can double click, I can go to him and look at his bones here. Skeleton 3. All right. If you notice, he has IK. Anybody don't know what IK and FK means? Anybody not sure what IK, FK means? Sometimes they like to confuse us by telling us, what's the other word they like to use? Back solving. Yeah. Forward solving, then back solving. So what the hell? Back solving? Just say IK, FK and then people understand. Back solve. Back solving is basically IK, yeah? Oh, sorry. IK, correct. Inverse kinematics. You character animators, making people confused. Any character animators here? Sorry, yeah? All this technical word. You just keep to FK, IK will be good enough, right? Everybody will be on the nice side. Yeah, they use back solving and all that kind of stuff. This is the first time I'm hearing anyway. Back solve means IK. Forward solve means FK, of course. Yeah, but they like to confuse us. Okay, so let's come back here. Okay, now I've got this guy. I got to worry about him because he is a T-pose and then he has less bone. This one has more bones. So if I open up many, you can see I've got pelvis, spine. How many spines? 1, 2 here. Oh, got 5 spines. This poor fella only has 2 spines. So problem lah, yeah? Problem if you want to do character animation for this guy, okay? Okay, this is the hard part, guys. This is what you have to do, yeah? This is something that everybody that hates to do, including me, is to retarget the bones, yeah? Bones mapping, we call it, okay? So this is how you do it. So we have time, I think. We can do one of these. Okay, I'm gonna come into the from Mixamo folder, right click. I'm gonna go to animation. I'm gonna go down to IK rig. I'm gonna say IK rig. Okay, so a bit involved, right click, animation, IK rig. Okay, and then you're asking me what is it based on? I'm gonna based on hang on, did I put IK rig? IK rig, target the animation. IK rig. Okay, so here I'm gonna choose Ybot. There you go. Yeah, make sure we choose Ybot. Okay, because we're trying to retarget his bones. So this is where things get confused. So we got so many things inside here now. Right? So none of them come close except for our good friend, the Ybot. Here you go, right? And I'm going to call him IKR, name it properly, IKR. I'm going to call this Ybot. Okay, naming very important, otherwise you get confused. Okay, IKR, Ybot. I'm trying to do a bone matching with the UE5 many. So double click. And here you have something called IK retargeting. This is the asset browser, IK retargeting. This is where you can add all your chains. And these chains must follow or must be matching with the UE5 bones, yeah? Okay, let's do it. Let's jump into it. First and foremost, select the hips bone, right click, set retarget route. So there's must be always one retarget route for any UE5 animation. Must. If you don't do this, your character will be floating. Okay, because if you look at our friend here, Manny has his bone going down to the floor, right? Okay. Sounds a bit weird. The root bone, right? Every UE character has a root bone. Okay. Mixamo does not have a root bone, but we are assigning the hips bone as a root bone. Unfortunately, because there, yeah? This one doesn't exist, yeah, because his hips is supposed to be a root bone. So I'm going to do right click, Then have I done it? Oh no, sorry, here. So this guy, I'm gonna do a right click and say set target route. If you don't do this, guys, I promise you, you have a lot of problems. So I'm gonna start retarget route. It's gonna be somewhere here. Yeah, there you go. Retarget route is hips. Okay, now we do the spine thingy. So I'm gonna select spine one, spine, which is bottom one, to spine two, to spine two. Yeah, spine to spine two. This is one spine. Later we're gonna match this spine with our friend, the many UE5. Okay, so this is how you target. Right click, new retarget chain from selected bones. Okay, and then it's going to ask you a name. And this is where you can go into the many and look at how he is renamed. Try and follow the name convention we use for many. So spine, the word spine is small s, yeah? And you can see this one, right? So let's use the same naming convention because later we can match them one-to-one. In many, it's called clavicle. In here, it's called shoulder. So different thing, yeah? Okay, so this is very confusing. So what we'll do is, normally what we do is just drag this out, put side by side, senang. And what's my IKR here? Okay, this is where you need your large monitor. So I'm going to put it over here, so at least we can see the bones, yeah? Not this one. Put it back. Drag this one out. So I can see the name, so I can follow. So if you hate character animation, this is the reason why. This retargeting is also another headache. But if you love it, then you will love this. Okay. But it's a cool thing here. Like I don't have to do for all the bones. I'll show you why. I mean what I mean a bit. Excuse me. Hang on, guys. Let me take a sip of water. Okay. Never heard of backsolve. Yeah, these are UE terms. Yes. No, not really. Even the person who's doing animation from Maya is doing the word backsolve. Okay. It's very confusing to me also. All right. So this is where we're going to do the change. Yeah. So let's do this. This one is called spine. Yeah. So see the word a small spine. Yeah. So it doesn't matter how many they have. We just need to make ours first. So I'm going to select the first spine and then spine two, right click. I say new retarget chain from selected bones. And let's call it same thing, yeah, spine. Okay, these are all the spine bones. So leave it as spine. Okay. The spine is just in the middle, so there's no left and right. So just call it spine. Then you will see, ada goal ke tak ada goal? Got goal? I say no goal. No need to be goal. Goal is basically your IK. When you have your control on your wrist, and then you can pull the whole hand and it moves around. Yeah? We don't need to do goal because Mixamo doesn't have goals, so no need to go have goals. One done. You can see at the list here, one done. Yeah, one is done. Is starting bone is spine, end bone is spine two. No IK goal. Done. Okay, now let's go to neck. Neck and head we do separately. Yeah, don't put together because sometimes the neck can twist and then head can bob or whatever. So I'm going to do a right click on the neck. New retarget chain from, or you can click this plus sign here as well, but I find it easier right click. And then here we call it neck. What is this file? This fella is called? This fella has a neck or not? Somewhere down here. I think he has a neck as well. He has a neck, but he has two neck bones. Yeah, we only have one. Okay, click on neck, doesn't matter. No goal. The neck, kata the neck. Where's his neck? I can even find it here. Yeah, he has two necks. Yeah, we only have one. Okay, if we follow the same board. Yeah, okay, head, right click, new retarget, leave it as head. Fine. Okay, no goal. Okay, we got three already. Now we talk about shoulders. Okay, this floor is called clavicle. Never heard of the word clavicle in my life. So if you understand there's a clavicle is a shoulder, you can use the name, or you can just change your clavicle, whatever you want to do. Yeah. In this case, it's called clavicle. I know for sure. Okay, so we go and grab the left shoulder, right click. What happened there? New retarget. No, it's not left arm, right? It's a left shoulder. So we put there shoulder, maybe capital S. Okay, nice looking. Underscore L. Okay. So we know it's a left clavicle. Yeah. Put the L and R at the edge. Put the shoulders all arm on the left hand side. Easy to find. Okay. Shoulder L. Press OK. No goal. Done. And then left arm. Left arm, if you look at him, he has a couple of bones. Yeah. the upper arm, the forearm, this is considered one. So left arm, forearm, left hand, considered one. Okay, because they all work in unison. So right click, new to target chain from bones. And this is called left arm, okay, or arm left, underscore L. Yeah. Arm left. Okay. No goal. Are we bothered about the fingers? We're not going to bother about the fingers. Not now, yeah, because of time constraint. Otherwise, I'll go in and do the fingers as well. Shoulder right. Okay, now forget about the right. Yeah, forget about the right ones because I have a very fast way of doing the right one. We look for the feet or foot or legs or whatever. Upper leg, left leg, foot, toe base, toe end. We just take the until toe base, no, upper leg. Okay, this three, which is the left leg, left up leg, and then left foot. You take this three, right click, and say retarget, and we connect leg left. Press OK. Add goal, no goal, done, right? The rest will be all just fingers and the other side, right? So the cool thing about now is, except for the spine and neck, that one, of course, because it's the middle, we don't want to cut out that one. Go to the neck and go to the, sorry, not the neck, the shoulder, because we got left and right shoulder. Okay. Select this, select that. Yeah. Normally I do fingers as well, but I'm not sure how, if I don't do fingers, what will become? Let's see. Let's find out. Right click and say mirror. Okay. Now it will tell you shoulder right, correct. It's smart, huh? See, shoulder right. Okay. No goal. And then arm right. This is taking from here and committing to for you automatically, which is amazing. Okay, no goal. Then leg right. Okay, correct. No goal. Done. Right? Except for fingers, we didn't do it, because the fingers will be sometimes will be very awkward. So I'm doing this without fingers. That's it. Right? As easy as that. So if you have 20 of this, you have to just do one side, 10, and then repeat or mirror the other side, which is amazing. Yeah. Then make sure you save quickly. And I think I can close this one. This one I don't need anymore. I think we can just tab it up here. That's your IKR. Yeah. So here you can see I have done the rig and I've matched the bones to almost what we're going to get out of the other one. Yeah. Okay. Right. Remember, again, the retarget bonus has to be it's more important to retarget the hips. This is more important. And then we can now go to, there's also sometimes some people tell me that you have to go to window and open up the, another one here. Oh, not for this one, the other one. Yeah, for SK Many, they have a window. Sometimes I see them doing this, but I don't know whether it should be doing it under reference viewer. No. So window that should open up here as well. Show retargeting options, then you have to change here as well. Let us try and do without this and see what happens. Normally here, what we have to do is you could take pelvis, you got to make to animation scales. Spine is okay. You got to change all this. Yeah. Right click and you got to say recursively set to skeleton or something like that. Yeah. So let's leave that for now. See whether this will work. If it doesn't work, then that means this is the issue that I have not done it. Okay. So let's save this. Go back to my IK rig. It's been done. Browser IK rig. Okay. Now I can use IK retargeter. Yeah. This is IK. This is IKR. Sorry, this is IK rig. Okay, now I have to create an IK retargeter. Okay, so let's go back to here. I know a bit confusing, guys, but if you want, you can watch the video. Right now, we have done a rig for the whiteboard. Okay, we have to do a rig for this fella also. Okay, this fella here, which is UE5 Many, but he's already had a rig. He already has a rig, right? If I go to him, IK Many is in the characters. Select him, double click here, we go to him. Yeah, he already has a rig. See, he already has a rig, right? This fella. But now he might have some extra rig, but it doesn't matter. We can bone match. If he has 4 spines, we only have 3 spines. It doesn't matter. It will be compatible. So what we do, go back here. Now we do right click. We say animation, IK rig, IK retargeter. Okay. Now we do okay. What are you trying to retarget? What am I trying to do? Pick a IK rig to copy from. Okay. Who are we copying from? IKR, Ybot. Am I right? We're taking from Ybot. We just created him. And then we're going to do, I'm going to call it RTG as a retargeter. Now IKR. And I'm going to retarget to UE E5. So this is retarget for YK bot. Sorry, Y bot. No, sorry. Again, naming. I thought you get confused. This is to retarget to UE5 many. Okay, sometimes you get confused. So I'm using this to retarget the UE5. Okay, I'm going to open this up. Okay, and now I need to select something here, guys. You see the red thing here is actually under telling you something, yeah? So I'm going to remove the bones. You can see now I have something called source and target, yeah? So this is my source. So this is source, yeah? This is the whiteboard. This is our source. But on the right-hand side, you can see our source is IKR Samba Dancing. Just the mesh, basically. I should have changed the name, but you understand because you can see the blue thing inside there, right? As you can see, right? And now, who am I trying to target to? So I'm trying to target to, I'm going to go and choose UE4 IK Mannequin, yeah? And then SKM Many. But I want to use SKM Many simple because it has less bones. Now you see they're on top of each other. And the most important thing, guys, you can see the T-pose and the A-pose, yeah? So that's a problem. I wish that Unreal Engine or Epic can do T-pose because most of the stuff that we can get is T-pose, right? I'm not sure why they do A-pose. So they're on top of each other. I can use my retarget offset here to move this fella maybe 200 on the X. Okay, there you go, right? And I don't need to see his bones either. Right? You can see you got so many other bones. I don't want to see his bones, so never mind, leave him there. Okay, issue is now, guys, if I were to play this animation, see, you like cha-cha a bit. He's trying to do his best, lah. Yeah. And laugh, pity the guy. Okay, stop. Don't make him to go through all that thing. Okay, why is it a problem? It's because A pose to T pose. Yeah, that's the problem that we're having. Other than that, it's working fine, almost lah. Yeah. So let's go back to stop, and then source target is our friend. Okay, we have done his son, and then the target is our friend here. But now I have to change his pose to A pose. That's a T pose. Okay, so recently they have built in something. Last time we have to go there to the bone and make him the bone go up. Change the pose. If you look at the side, also pose also the hands are going forward. That one's hand is straight. So that's the reason why we're having that issue. Okay, so what we do now is we have to, there's a quick way of doing the T pose for our good friend here, the UE5. Okay, so you have to go to create. I'm going to say import pose asset. And I'm going to look for something called MM. Let's go. I hope we have. Oh, tada. It's supposed to be like MM. Maybe MH, maybe MM. I don't know. There's supposed to be already a post here done for us. Not sure why it's not here. Start with MM. If it's not here, then we have to do it manually. That's a shame. Pose, narrow tie. Because they already done it automatically. Maybe it's 5.1, no wonder. I think 5.2, they already have that. Oh yeah, you're right. It's 5.2 which has that. Okay, no worries. If you know, normally if you type in MM, you will see there's a post already created, which makes UE5 into a T post. Yeah. Okay, doesn't matter. What we can do is now we can go and do manually for this filler. Okay, so I'm going to go and choose show his bones. Take a bit of time, guys. Hierarchy. I don't know why these things are coming up. It shouldn't be here. Maybe this guy's all here. Draw, no need. Target mass scale. Oh, this is jang kacau. This is okay. Okay, never mind. I'm gonna try and look for his bone. There is upper arm clavicle, yeah, clavicle, and then I'm going to figure this out. See, this is correct. Chain mapping is okay. Target. Focus. Reset. Oh, edit mode. Okay, I'm gonna go to edit mode. Ah, there we go. So I have to bring this guy up. I'm not sure what these guys are all showing here. They shouldn't be there. Maybe I got the wrong bone. I should select the clavicle, right? And then I'm going to increase that slightly and then go to upper arm. I know a bit more involved, but this is how you do it. You have no choice, yeah? You have to make it into a T. So this is the where the character animators come into play. They like all this stuff. Otherwise, the software, I mean, the thing I wanted just now is already just available automatically. We can do it. So here we have to bring up this arm here and then go to the clavicle, get up. As I said, I'm not a character animator. So I'll try and do my best here. Clavicle, arm, a bit more. I can actually change the size of these guys here. I can find that switch somewhere. Okay, never mind. We'll do our best here. And then go back to clavicle. You have to be in edit mode to do this, guys. I guess okay lah. Okay, I guess okay. His feet, if you look at this guy, the feet is closer than this guy. So we can do that as well. So you can choose his leg, you know. You can type in leg here. So we got thigh. This one has thigh and calf and foot and ball. Just now the guy didn't have all this. I something called something else, right? Let's undo this and this. Maybe open up the leg a bit. Oh, hang on. This guy is okay. He's closer, so I have to bring it closer to the legs. And then tie right. Okay. Let's see how it works. And then his arms are a bit. Also, this one is a bit straight. This is a bit open. I'm going to. I want to not to show certain things. Anti-lacing, translucency particles. I don't want to see them. Mouth targets. Clothing, advance, bones. None. Yeah, I put none. And then I'm gonna use this arm thingy. So should be lower arm, right? Spin that around a bit. Then lower arm here. Oops, wrong one. Spin that around. Trying to make as best as possible to what we see on the other side. Otherwise, you have undesired results. I think it should be okay for now. Okay, so we got our ID mode saved just in case. And now I think the shoulder here is a bit popped up, but it's okay. Trying to prove a point. So if I were to go to my asset browser now and I play my dancing, okay, I've got some issues here, definitely. I know why. I have not done something. Sorry. I've just went ahead of myself. It's kind of cool here, like alien dancing. Stop it, Solar. Okay, a few things that we have to check here, guys, yeah? Before we proceed, that is actually the root is not arm. Remember the root is not arm. It's supposed to be none, yeah? Spine, head, shoulder, left clavicle, shoulder. Just double check here whether I left arm goal. Mana ada goal, right? This is supposed to be hand L goal. We don't have, so none. So a lot of things you got to change to none here. Lower arm twist. We don't have twist. Yep, we don't twist. This one also no twist, none. Meta couple, we don't have meta couple, so sorry. Left index, we didn't change anything, also put none because we didn't use the finger for the index finger, right? Meta couple, none. This is the reason why we're having issues. Left middle, we didn't do any fingers, forget about it. Left thumb, we didn't do, forget about it. Meta couple, tak ada. Left pinky, we didn't do fingers, forget about it. Left mata couple pun tak ada, don't. Yeah. By the way, tak ada means no. Left ring, we didn't do any fingers, no. If you could have done the ring just now with the left ring, you would there ring finger or whatever. Yeah. This one we don't have, none. I think we do very minimal just now, right? None. Left right clavicle is right shoulder, correct. This one is none. Right lower arm twist, we don't have anything to do with twist. No twist, no meta couple. Ours was very simple. We didn't do fingers, forget about it. Meta couple, none. Right ring spine, nope, it's not spine. See what I mean? The MetaHuman has much, I mean the UE5 has much more bones, yeah? And we don't use them. None. Middle finger, we didn't do fingers. None. Oops. None. Right index, we didn't do fingers. None. Right thumb, we didn't do fingers. Twist, none. Twist, none. Right leg, we have, yeah? But this is goal. Leg left, correct. But this one's going to right leg, so terbalik. So it's supposed to be left leg. Leg L, yeah? Leg L. Calf twist, no, we don't have. There's no twist. There's no twist. There's no twist. Left leg, correct. Shoulder twist, nope. Left calf twist, nope. Left twist, nope. I'm not sure whether I can do all this in one shot. I would have should. IK twist, none. No, we cannot. We have to do one by one. Foot, root, YK, none. Anything got to do with IK, we do none. Yeah, because this comes from this is all coming from Mixamo. So Mixamo doesn't have all this stuff. Left hand is not hit, none. Right hand, no. Yeah. So double check again, quickly, guys. Root, none. Spine, yes. Hit, yes. Left clavicle, shoulder left. Left arm is supposed to be arm left. Okay, left shoulder, we don't have twist. Meta couple left index fingers, we didn't do. Right clavicle, shoulder left. Okay, right arm is supposed to be arm right. Arm right. Okay, betul. Betul. Pinky, no. Foot, left leg, right leg. This is left leg, right leg. This is terbalik already. This is terbalik, right leg. Leg right. Okay, cool. So that's it. The naming has to be also near. Okay, now I think we are good to go. Perfect. Finally. Phew. Right? That's how you do IQ retargeter. So if many works, MetaHuman will work. Okay, so this is what we do now. Let's save that just in case. And now I want to take the Samba dancing, which I already retargeted from whiteboard to him. I'll do a export selected. Yeah, export selected because for him, right? Because we have just retargeted. So export selected animation, and then we're gonna find a proper folder for it. Maybe we can put in our MetaHuman again. And I will do another folder, new folder. This is called RTG from 4 to 5. Prefix only, yeah? RTG from 4 to 5. That's the folder. And here we can put a prefix for that. So I'm going to call this, what should we call? Samba, Samba underscore UE5 underscore. We put HK lah, my name first. Easy to find. Underscore UE5. Okay, I should be getting HK something. HK underscore, just to find it, otherwise it's very hard to find. RPG. Okay, export. Done. All right. Finally, we are here. So now we have taken a whiteboard, we download Mixamo, we want to put to this filler. Yeah. If this filler works, then PR, no problem. Okay, go back to sequencer. Then we go and take take UE5, and then we're going to change the animation. I'm going to take this guy out. We don't need him. This is go back to Y post. You fella, you go that side first. You come closer here. This guy gonna do both of them gonna do Samba now. Yeah. So this guy no issue, right? If I bring him in, Samba dancing. And I think we can already have an animation for Samba for him, right? So he can do Samba, but now UE5 won't do Samba. So animation, I think it's called HK something, right? There you go. And now both of them are dancing in sequence, which is amazing. And this is much, much longer, guys. This is about quite a while. UE5 sudah pingsan. Pia pingsan because she cannot cope up. Finally, cannot follow lah. And she'll pingsan a bit. Okay, now last one. Lama, something. Can you guys spend another 5 minutes with me? Yes, we can edit key. You can edit whatever you want. There's much, much more to this, guys. For me to teach character animation will take probably the whole day or maybe a day and a half, because we have not even spoken about editing the current animation. We can go into the keyframe. Every keyframe we can put an additive layer. Then we can put another animation on top of that. We can take that out, bring it back, and then put another animation on top of that. You can do a lot of stuff. Okay, but this is like very quick. 1 second, guys. I got a call coming in. 1 second. Sorry. Okay, so let's do this quickly and then we are done, yeah? So now PR is not even moving, yeah? PR is lagi pengsan. So I'm going to go to PR and I'm going to select animation and go through this animation out. So I'm going to go to PR. Doesn't matter. UE5. This is where the names all get very confusing. This Samba dancing is for who? This one here, right? I know. This is for UE5. Sorry, this is for whiteboard. Okay. That's why name have to be important. Okay, this is why is my whiteboard not dancing anymore? Because I took out his animation. That's the reason why. Okay, so now he's dancing. Okay, now we want Pia to join in, yeah? So Pia, open up, body, track, animation. Can she use my animation? She cannot. So okay, now one quick one, yeah? Go back to content browser. We have already given magnify the animation, right click. Go to retarget animation, duplicate. And we are retargeting from, this is supposed to be for MetaHuman. Okay, we're taking from RTG, we're taking from UE5, many, basic or simple. Go to MetaHuman, right? Go to Vero body, which is that girl. Prefix MH underscore, yeah, just for quick one, so I don't get confused. And then I'm going to change that, put it into MetaHumans. I'm going to put in from 4 to 5, okay. And then retarget, yeah? All right, so now we already got that. So now I have to go to sequencer, go body, track, animation. I should have the animation here, which is MH. And I should get Samba. There you go, right? So now, where is body animation is Lari. This one take away, this one take away, oh, this one is the correct one. Take away, you can bring it closer. And now we have all three dancing together. So what I've done, guys, I've shown you how to use a compatible mocap for UE5 and an incompatible mocap. You see the kaki all be bengkok and all that. So all this we can adjust. Yeah, there's some switches that we have to press, but because of time, I've managed to at least make 95% of the input. Yeah, so I've taken from Mixamo, bring a whiteboard, transfer to UE5 mannequin, transfer to a PR, which is UE MetaHuman. Okay, and this is all done in sequencer. This is not games, yeah. For gaming is something else. You have to make into like some of the stuff. I'm not into that stuff, but it's more for cinematics. Okay, so now you can take any animation. You don't have to do retargeting anymore. You don't have to do the mapping anymore. It all works. You only need to have these two guys. which you already done it, right? In your folder, which you already done too, right? But that's it. You only do it once, and then now it's going to work for any Mixamo animation. Edit key, yes, you can. You can edit all this further, right? You can put an additive layer on top of it. You can change, let's say the menu, you don't want it to look here, you don't want it to look up all the time or anything at all. You can put additive keyframes. Okay. There's a lot more you can do. Okay, but this is the very basics of it. This is how you do IK-rig and IK retargeter. Any questions, guys? What we done for the day? Unfortunately, timing is again very short. So I wanted to show you. Oh yeah, for the MetaHuman animator, they brought a new one, right? MetaHuman animator. You can also go and get it from, if you go to here, this one here called MetaHuman, not creator, MetaHuman. This one, yeah, the new one, the MetaHuman animator. So this is a plugin that you have to install in only 5.2 and above. It's a plugin you have to download and install into Unreal Engine. And what you will get is something like that. I think this is 5.1, so I'm not sure whether I can show it. Right click. There'll be a MetaHuman animator menu here. You can go and download and play with it. But that one you must have iPhone 12 and above. I'm not sure about the other ones. Can't remember what the other phones are called. That one you got to check, yeah. But I know for iPhone it's at least minimum of iPhone 12. Okay. Whew. That was a good one. So Wednesday is going to be our last session. We're going to talk about optimization, how you can optimize your scenes or your projects. Yeah. So any questions before we go? If you wanted to look at the steps again, okay, of course you can go and look at the video, and then if you have any questions, you can put it in the Discord. Yeah. Or proportion difference. What about proportion difference? Hang on. Let me see. Let me go back here again. Oh, there's some questions here. Sorry. If both characters' height is not the same, still possible to retarget? Yes. Is it coming from Mixamo? If Mixamo, then you have to download the proper skeleton. If the guy is huge like a monster, you cannot use PR on her, or you cannot use a small little person on her. You make sure that you get the bones from the big guy. Okay, from Mixamo I'm talking about. If you're talking about the one that you buy from Marketplace for men for 5.2, it's okay. That one works. Possible to, since it act like a translator by carry over transform data. Thinking will be retargeting nicely, but both CH length or arm length different already. What about from human to mocap to quadruped creature? Not yet. Quadruped, not yet, yeah, guys. That one you still rely on mocaps. 5.3 will bring in, we're gonna be able to do rigging inside of Unreal Engine, which is amazing. This is what I'm waiting for. You don't need to go to 3D software. You just can do rigging in Unreal Engine, which is coming up in the next few weeks. Yeah, 5.3. Wait for that. It's amazing. There are some setups can be done to match final location of leg arm, blah, 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 but I not try before. Okay, more exploration. Yes, more exploration, no proportion difference. I don't know how to connect that from the other one. I'm not sure. But again, if you have questions, please put it in the Discord and I'll try my best to answer it. I'm also learning all this stuff as we go along. Because there are lots more stuff that we can do inside here, especially when you come from a character animation background. If you look at certain things, oh, now I know how to do this kind of thing. Yeah, it's just that the interface is different. But 5.3 will bring in more character, because I know Epic is really focusing on animation this year and next year as well. They want animators to start using Unreal Engine to create all this stuff. Cool. All right, guys. Thank you very much. I'll see you guys on Wednesday at the same time. Yeah. So we will be talking about optimization. You take care of yourselves. I'll see you soon.
All right. See you.
Bye-bye.